Hey everybody, how you doing? Pete, Snalydo here. I wanted to give you all a little bit of a little thought perspective of what went through my head when I decided to stop playing New World. So as of right now, it's February 9th, 2022, and I've actually stopped playing for a while now. And um, over this week, I was going through my Steam list as most people do, and I noticed that there was, um, there was a bunch of games I was removing, and one of the things I came across was New World. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, New World, we had a lot of fun in that. I'm like, am I going to play it anymore? I met a lot of really, really cool people playing that game. The only problem that I had with playing New World was the fact that it wasn't it wasn't fun unless you were playing with other people, and if you weren't modern, current, trying to keep up to date with everyone else, you felt left behind, and it kind of made me not not exactly happy that I was going through that. So what I did was I took a moment and I said, am I going to continue to play this game? Am I going to grind to keep up to everybody? And I decided, no, I'm not going to. Now, um, I know you probably have seen a lot of these different videos about New World, but for me, uh, there was there was something that was missing in that game, and I don't know what it was. Like I said, the people I was playing with were fun, but often I would log in and everyone was like doing their own thing, or they were gear score grind leveling, and the gear score grind level process is something that I personally am not a fan of. Now I can understand having your gear score wanting to be leveled. For instance, World of Warcraft, you have your leveling process, which is you get your piece of gear either through your chest or you pick it up, and then you can accumulate levels and accumulate another item to put into that piece of gear to level. And what is less time consuming than a gear score grind like New World was, and you had to do that for every single piece of gear, very similar to what you would have to do for Warcraft or something like that. But like Final Fantasy, I mean, if you wanted a piece of gear, you got a bunch of different items, and then you could go and then you could hand them in, and then you could get this piece of gear you wanted, which is your top level gear. So you had more options, but for me to want to grind the same piece of gear for hours on end, right? And then hoping that that piece of gear drops, it was too much for me, and I just didn't want to do it. And when I did try, when there was that winter festival event, which was cool, the winter festival event was cool. Don't get me wrong. I want to make sure people understand that the game was very cool, and the game looks beautiful. I tried to do that, and I tried running with the guild, trying to, get my gear score up so I can get new pieces and all this other stuff. And I just, I couldn't keep up. I didn't know where they were going, and I kind of just like, is this something I really want to play anymore? And you know, did I want to? Do I want to? Nah. Um, Back then I was just like, nah, I'm good. I'll take my time away. So I wanted to just give everybody a little insight on what's going on. And with the game itself is like I said, I thought the combat was pretty well done. I thought that the the PvP is just, it's just so unnecessary. Like, you have to PvP to control towns, and the towns are owned by the economics of that town. I don't want to PvP, but I do like crafting. So you're gonna force me to PvP to craft? It was, you don't force me to PvP. Don't force me to play the game you want your way. No, don't force me to play that game. I want to play a game the way I want to play the game, but don't force me between PvP and PvE. I can run PvE until I'm blue in the face, but that doesn't help when the towns are all PvP driven. I didn't like that. And then you had people who are, they're not playing nice. There are people that were, abusing certain hacks, that were destroying the whole entire PvP world, which is destroying every single town, which is destroying every single element. And it just gave me a bad taste. And I, I, I just, meh. There was just too much. And then you forced the only viable tank spec to be the sword and shield. You have a spear. Make it a sword. Make a spear and shield. I mean, make it so that you could have had a two-handed axe, kind of like a marauder for Final Fantasy 14. I mean, you have options, and they just didn't take that, and it was very, very sad. So, but yeah, I wanted to give everyone a little insight on my thoughts. Nothing wrong with the game. Uh, for if people want to play it, but it is a grind and a half, and it is just so much. And I think that if you really, really wanted to play it, then go for it. So, anyway, have a good one. My name is Pete, also known as Snalydo. If you are looking for me, I am on Twitch Monday through Friday. Links are in the comments. Please comment if you have any questions, and I'll tell you guys your thoughts. I'm sorry that I stopped putting out those videos, the how-to videos for the boss kills, for the PvE content, but every time I tried to get a group for it and I went in there, I was having DC problems. I wasn't getting solid videos. I wasn't getting anything, and I tried for a while, so I apologize. But thanks again, everyone, for all the love and support. I will see you all very soon. Thanks again. Bye, everybody.